Yeah, good evening, guys. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Yeah,
evening, sir.
good evening. Yeah, um, so you guys are able to see my screen? Can you confirm it? Yeah. Okay. I think in last session, what we discussed, I think we seen this bearer token, right? How we can pass the headers for the HTTP requester, how we can pass URI parameters and query parameters, right?
Right.
Okay. Today we are going to see one simple API can cover all these three levels of system API, process API, and business API. Okay, so we are going to create it. For this one, what we are going to do is I'm closing this one. What is I think okay. One second. So what I'm going to do is let's see, is there any API already created one which is can execute the stored proc, right? Otherwise we can create it. Okay, bulk insert and everything, it's not the one. Okay, let me create one more thing. Close
Can
the
we create a new project?
yeah. My intention is what is the name of store proc, that's the one. Okay, now you can see here my intention is first I want to create this SAPI, that means system API. So for this one, you can say I'm using the employee and there are different stored procs available, right? Previously we seen this one. What I'm going to do is I'm seeing the list employee stored proc. Let's see what is the code inside of this one. One second, yeah. Okay, it is not taking any parameter. Employee ID info. Okay. Let me create the main just yeah. Okay, you can see what is my intention is whatever the employee ID I am passing. Otherwise, so there is two store procs available. One is the list employee. So I want to create two SAPIs. Main two system APIs I want to create. One is to list out all the employees. What is the stored proc? This one.
Yes,
What is the
employee.
name? List
List
employee.
employee.
So whenever we need to fetch the data from my employee table, I want to call this stored proc. In the real time, generally, we are going to do like this one. So that's why I'm showing this one. So what is my intention is one SAPI is responsible to pick the data from this stored proc. And there is another version of another stored proc is that is, so whatever the employee ID I am passing, that particular employee information only it is picking. Okay, so when we fetch all the information from this table, then we need to call this stored proc. And whenever we need to pick the only particular employee information, then we need to pick this stored proc. So the main intention of this stored proc is we can fetch the data from your database. So according to API-led architecture, whenever we need to get the data from any database, we need to create SAPIs, right? Hello, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we can see I am creating one system API that is employee SAPI. Now let's see employee hyphen SAPI SAPI. Okay. So for this one also, what is your HTTP listener? And always we can get the data from your property files, right? How we can create a property file? You can see, so where we need to create it, go to the resources. Here we need to create a new one. And what is the name of the file? So I can give the dev.yaml. Okay. Tell me how we can create here HTTP namespace under this one the port number.
Oh,
So this is the port number of SAPI. Just remember 80. 8081 is the stored port number and the base path. Always you can give the base path as a /API/v1. Okay, that's it. These are settings for the settings for the HTTP
HTTP
listener. Then
listener.
whatever the one we need to read the data from the database, right? Then we can give the DB. So the next one is the DB for the host. For in this example, I am giving the local host. And what is the next second thing? the port, and what is the port number for the MySQL?
3306.
3306. The next one is what are we required? Username, right?
Username and password.
We can give in this example. I'm not going to use any securing parameter. Just remember, I think there is one mistake. We don't need to give this double quotes. Okay, what is my username? I think root is my username, and what is the next one is password. So
Password.
password is also in my case the root. And the most important one, is there anything we need to pass it other than this one? Database. Okay. So what is the database? I think employee is my database. Is that it? Is there anything other than this? Is there anything we need to pass it?
No, I guess.
Sure. So how we can get the data from your table? We need to hit. We need to write direct SQL set query, or we need to hit your stored proc.
Store proc.
So here we need to write the stored proc here also, right? So every time we don't know, right? Every time what the stored proc they are using. So I am here. The stored proc name is also we need to fetch here. Okay. Okay. So what is this one? Inside of the DB, you can directly give it. Otherwise, you can create one more. What is this one? One more
Yeah.
namespace employee, and so inside of employee, I'm going to create what is this one? Stored proc name, the list employee, right? So I can give the name like this one, get -list employee. So this is the stored proc name. So what is my stored proc name? Where it is
List
available?
employee.
So this is the one, sorry, this is the one, right? So I can simply copy here.
List employee.
Okay, so this the stored proc I want to call it. Okay, let's save this one, then go to here. So always first you can configure this one, the plus symbol. So how we can get this one here? Is there anything we missed?
Yes.
Configuration property.
Yes, configuration. So for this one, I'm directly, okay, 1 second.
Connector
Configuration. Oh, I'm giving static value dev.yaml. Okay, for simple one. Then go to here, plus symbol. The port number should be read from your property file. That what is the technical we need to use it?
HTTP dot
No. What is that entire thing we can call it as placeholder.
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 HTTP dot port and the base path dollar
HTTP dot
HTTP dot path. Sorry, base path, right?
base path.
Yes, base path. Okay, that's it. Click on OK. Always here you can give the path. So what is the what is the name of list employee, right?
Yes.
So I can give this one. So
Same as it is. Premium.
that generally we can give decoding. Generally we can give this like list employee. Then always you can start with the logger. So the ideal cases here we need to write. You can a response, or it can be SAPI call starts at. Here we need to print your timestamp. How you can print at the timestamp?
Date now.
Now
Function.
Now, so now function it is 1 second. So it should be available right in the form of data view
Yeah.
expression, right? Then we need to write here like this one. Done now. Okay, so that is the proper way. Then what the next thing is, we need to expose your database stored proc, right? Then we can simply go to the database. So here which one we need to call it? Database stored proc. Then here the same way, go to place. So here first we need to select the MySQL connection, then configure it, add recommended libraries, then everything should be read from your config file.
File.
Then this the one. So what is the one? Host
DB dot.
db dot host and
DB dot port.
db dot port and the user. Sorry,
Enter.
db dot user, right?
Yes.
And the next one is the password. db.pwd. Then we can close it. And most important one, what is this one? Database name, right? So db dot
Database.
database. So these are the things. Is there anything we missed? Everything is correct, right?
Right.
Then click on OK. So 1 second.
Password save
here-
as
Yeah, sorry.
password save as a string, right? We have to know.
Yeah, everything is a property file. Everything is in string, na?
Mm.
Okay, here. So here what we need to do, here we need to call your stored proc, right? How we can call the stored proc? Call of here. So you need to directly give the stored proc name, and it is also read from your config file.
Config file,
Then how we can call it? db dot.
employee.
So what is the one? If you have any doubt, then you can see db dot
Get list.
employee dot.
Employee
Yes.
get list employee.
1 second. db dot employee dot.
Get
List
list.
type one.
So always do copy paste. Okay. Yeah. This the one. So is there any input parameters we are passing? No, right?
No.
Right. That's the one. That's it. Okay. So this is the way you are call the rest one. So whatever the data it is coming from out of the stored proc, I'm converting into the
JSON.
JSON. 1 second. JSON. Entire payload. Okay, so that is my stored proc, and at the end I am placing some placeholder logger, and I can give SAPI call ends at. So again I am printing my
Yes.
timestamp. So how
Now.
much time it is taking? Okay, so it is completion of my SAPI. First we will executing this SAPI. So here there is no error handling is there. In the future, we can take the same example and we do the multiple scenarios. So if something this stored proc is got failed, then what we do? So how we can validate it? So some custom messages, everything again we can take the same example. So just remember, guys. Okay, first meanwhile we can open our Postman. There it is. Okay. So what is this one? This is the SAPI. Okay. What is the SAPI? SAPI's intention is every time we
System
can
API.
pick the data from the data sources. Okay. Just remember it. Okay. It is deployed. Then come here. 8081. Then what is your base path? API slash
V1
V1 slash
list employee.
list employee. Okay, then click on send. Okay, something is done.
SQL syntax.
Okay, how we can call this SAPI? List employee. Okay, so what is this entire thing? What is this entire thing?
Key.
No, it is that this is the property
Properties.
of from your account. So how we can access property? You are missing this
Placeholder.
entire triangle, right? So that is the
Placeholder.
error here. Okay, then we can save it. One more time. Okay, we can hit it. Let's see. Now you can see my data is coming, right? But you can closely observe it. Now it is at the end, it is getting some extra information, right?
Hmm.
So I want to print only this data. So how we can print this one?
Result set.
So instead of printing this one, so you can see we need to eliminate this one. So how we can eliminate it? So otherwise you can see in the real time what happens is depending on your requirement, they are creating this some custom responses like this one. For example, this is the right? How they can create it means you can see first they can create an object form. So here, so what is this one?
Employee list. List of employee.
list of employee response. Okay. Then after this one, whatever the payload is coming, I want to print it. Okay. So by intention of this vacancy, this API is returning the employee response. So which employee list of employee response, all the one. So this is the way we are properly customizing. So entire thing, right? Payload dot, what is the one?
Set one. Result set one.
I can copy this entire thing. Okay. Now you can see the difference between previous one and this one. Now we can go and hit it one more time. You can see. So this indicates, the first key indicates what kind of which one we are getting this data. So this response is the list of employee response, and it is in the form of
Yes, sir.
array. No. Array, right? You can see array is nothing but it is multiple items. Just remember that means whenever we need to get the data of our employee list of employee information. So again, we no need to create any SAP call. We no need to create any SP call. So we can simply use. We need to use simply this API. Okay. Now go and see inside of the logs. You can see. So the SAPI call starts at, you can see everything it is logging here, and it is ends at, you can see. So here as of now, I'm just displaying the total information, but in real time, so we need to display the how much time it is starting and how much time it is ending. We can able to do it. Okay, don't worry. I will explain at the error handling session all these things. As of now, you can see how much time it is taking. I think is it 1949. I think it is taking the milliseconds. I think you can see. So
Around
680 919. So around 0.002 something. Okay. So this is the way we are created. Just now what we are created.
SAP. System
SAP.
API.
So
System
now
API.
you can see, so there is no API is there. Now what is my business logic is, you can see whatever the salary is there, depending on the salary, I want to give some what we call incentives to the one. So the salary or what 10% of the salary, I want to give the incentives. So I want to give like this one. Okay, that is my business logic here. So for the business logic, what we do, again, we need to create one more API, that is your BAPI,
API.
right? BAPI or experience API. It's up to you. Someone is calling the inside of the BAPI, someone they're calling experience API, is up to you. So both generally we can. Okay. So for example, in my case, I'm written entire logic in the form of BAPI, and whatever the logic is there, I can directly display as experience API. Okay. Now we can see I want to create one more thing, right? So I can stop this entire project, go to here. Again, I'm creating the new project here. What is my thing? Employee hyphen
Incentive.
mapping.
Mapping.
Okay. So business logic, business API. Okay. Again. So your API also starts with the HTTP, right? Then we can use this one. Wait a second. So again, for this one also we need to create a
Config file.
config file. You can see where it is created. So
Yes, sir.
SRC
Resources.
main resources, glow here, no, new file. Again, here I'm creating the dev.yaml. Okay, for this one, again, we can start with the HTTP. Then you guys tell me what is the
Port.
port number? This is the
80.
most important one. What is the port number we are going to give here? Again, 8081. That is the important one. So your 8081 is already bounded to the SAPI call. So for this BAPI, I'm going to give the new port number. So generally they are maintaining the track. So which port number is available, and we need to give that port number. So for the BAPI, what is the port number it is taking?
802.
So for the SAPI,
8081.
so just remember for each level they are using different levels of ports. Okay, the port is coming in the path, right? Base path. Base path generally they are giving the common, so they are not going to change it. What is this one? API slash
V1.
V1. So is there anything others? Here we need to do it. So for the BAPI, we need to consuming this API, right? So then which one we need to use is HTTP requester config, right?
Requester.
Then here we can able to create this one HTTP, either up to you, EST requester. And for the HTTP requester, what is your port number?
8081.
So instead of calling this HTTP requester, you can see I'm meaningfully I'm changing this one. Let's see. So which one you need to call it? So you need to call for
Become.
the employee SAPI, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Then we can hear like this one. We can give
Happy.
SAPI requester. EST requester. Okay. So SAPI requester. So what is the port number?
8081.
8081.
8081. Then what is the next one? Base path. Either you can use the same thing. Otherwise, if you are having any doubt, then we can give the API
Slash.
/v1. And is there anything? Most
Enter.
important one. A host in this example,
Local.
local host. And is there anything? Nothing, right? So port number is coming, base path is coming, host is coming. That's it, right? So you can save this one, then go to here. So what we need to do, first we need to inform to your configuration properties. So dev.yaml, then come back here. So for this connection, click on place. So instead of here, we need to use the placeholder. So here, which placeholder I need to give it? HTTP
HTTP port.
port. And the base path is common right here. HTTP data
Base path.
base path. Click on OK. So obviously here we need to give it. What is the previous one we are giving? List employee, right?
Hmm.
Either we can use the same thing, no problem. List employee. Okay. So obviously we need to use the logger. So here what we log it? Tell me.
BAPI started. BAPI
Yes.
closed.
What BAPI? Employee BAPI call started at. So how
No.
we can get it?
Data view expression.
The
Now.
MEL expression, not a data view, that we can call it as a now.
Now.
Okay, that's it. The next one is here we need to call your HTTP requester. Then we can place here. Now you guys tell me we need to configure it. So click on place symbol here, the base path. How we can get this base path? Base path where it is giving. So we
SAPI
already created,
requester
right?
dot
Yes.
base.
SAPI
Requester dot base.
requester STER or
ER.
Oh, override, yes.
or okay requester otherwise. One second.
Oh, okay.
OR.
Can copy it here. Can place it. Okay, SAPI requester dot
Base.
base path, and I'm copying this entire thing. The next one is the host, base path host, and the port number. Port, is there anything we missed? Everything right? Then click on OK. So what is the next one? It is the get call. And what is the path? Oh, we are forget to place the path also. Otherwise, okay, no problem. The same one, right? List employee, and it is taking any query parameter headers, nothing, right? Then
No.
we can leave it as an empty. That's it. We can click on save. Then whatever the data is coming out of this one, so I'm just displaying. So it is coming by default. It is coming as a JSON. If it is not coming, then I'm converting to the payload. Okay. Let's save the program. Now you can see when we hit this one, for example, I'm running off this program. So what is this program? BAPI request, right? Let's see what is the output it is getting. You guys are able to follow this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you understand this one, it is very easy to understand the already existing projects, right? Now you can see I'm hitting 8081. Let's say it is showing an error because uh, my port number for the BAPI is 8082.
Two.
Then click on send. Let's see what happens. You can see it is throwing an error. What it is throwing an error? So whatever the requester you are try to, it is not available because this whatever the server you are try to, it is not access, right? Then how we can do this one is, like, and just remember. So we need to execute the SAPI and BAPI at a time. Then only your SAPI is available, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Then in this situation, you can simply go to the run configuration. So here you can select the SAPI and the BAPI again. So if you want to pass any runtime variable, then you can pass here. In my program, that is not taking any runtime parameter. Then I can select the SAPI and BAPI and apply and run it. That means two projects are up and running. One is the SAPI, one is the BAPI. In the real time, what happens is the SAPI is already existing and it is running inside of one server, and then you need to hit that server only. So when we're practicing it, we need to execute the SAPI and the BAPI both at a time. Then only your SAPI is available. Okay, let's see it. I think we are not implemented any business logic here in the BAPI. We are just consuming it, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So maybe in the experience API, we can able to do that one. Okay, don't worry. You can see I'm hitting now. Now you can see I'm getting my data, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So that means whenever, for example, you are created one more business logic inside of the BAPI. So at that times we need to again we require get the data from your SAPI. Again we no need to create. Again we can place one more requester and we can call that SAPI. Got it, guys?
Internally, our SAPI API also gets started. If we hit 8081, it will show the result on
Yeah.
post one.
Yes. Because this application is up and running now. Your intention is your SAPI is call is already existing one and you will try to execute it.
8081.
Right. You can see this is the
Yeah.
SAPI response. Okay. So that's the one. So now what you are done, you are simply created one SAPI and one BAPI. SAPI intention is picking the data from your database, and BAPI I'm not implemented any logic here. It is automatically pick the data and it is playing it. Okay, so let us assume, so there is one more API is there, otherwise here I'm creating, so here I want to do some modification. What is my modification? Whatever the salary is there, for the salary I want to give 10% of the salary as incentives. Okay, that logic I want to implement here, and my output should be also is in the form of JSON. Okay, so my output, so how we can do like write the code here, how we
Payload.
can write the code here. So as of now, you don't know, right, how we can do that one. Let me, because why I'm not writing any code here, because you are not aware of the data view. Let me, so in the situation, I'm writing the code. Okay, don't worry. So what is my requirement? Whatever the data is there, right? And 1 second. What is this entire thing? This is stuff employee. What I am written, I am explain later. Right? Don't worry. So this entire thing, it is in the form of right. Okay. Then here the map object. The map is nothing but it iterating the array items. What is this one? Employee name. I'm written the code, and this value should be dollar dot employee name. Dollar is nothing but the each item. Okay, don't worry. Employee ID and dollar dot. These are all easy, guys. Don't worry. At the data view session, you can aware of all these things.
Phone
And
number.
incentive spelling, anyone?
PIN.
So what is the what percentage of incentives you need to queue? Whatever the salary is coming, So inside from that salary, 10%. How we can calculate the 10%?
0.
Into 0.10. Okay. So this is the one. That's it. Okay. So let me save this program. Rerun it. Now my BAPI is try to re-execute one more time. Then we can hit it. Okay. Then we can. This is the BAPI 8082. I'm hitting. Now you can see employee name is coming, employee ID is coming, salary incentive. Okay. So once we fetch the data from your SAPI and I'm done my business logic here. Okay. So now your SAPI is converted. Now here you can see. So it is not properly returning. How we can maintain this data proper? I want to give the BAPI response, something like this one. I want to give it. Either you can write that response here. Okay. Otherwise, you can see. Maybe it is easy to guys understand. So I am formatting the data is in the form of JSON.
There is one
Okay.
more third API is there, right?
Yeah, business experience API. I will explain. Okay, you can see the list of employee
With incentive.
response sub to you employee data. Always you can follow the Camel class. Okay, so whatever data is coming, then that is the payload. Okay, so inside of here transformation you are preparing the data and here you are printing this entire data is in the form of object. Okay, let's save and run it. This is your SAP BAPI call. Okay, now there is a one more thing is the experience API. We check it how we can call that one also. Now you can see, so this is the one, it is coming properly, right? So this entire data is a list of employee data. Now Now, what is my requirement of my experience API is you can see it is not properly aligned. Employee ID is coming the second one, employee name is coming first one. So it is not properly aligned. So what is my requirement is first I need to print the employee ID. It's simple business logic, okay? Presentation. First employee ID is coming, then employee name is coming, then only incentives is coming. So that is only my requirement. You guys got it? For the
Yes.
simple business logic. Okay, and my data should be in the form of CSV. Otherwise this entire data is there, whatever the data is coming, I want to convert this entire data is in the form of CSV and I want to perform the file write operation. Okay, that is my experience API. Okay, you guys understand?
Yes.
So whatever the response is coming from the BAPI, I want to convert them as a CSV and the entire CSV file and CSV data is written inside of one particular location. So that is my requirement. For that one, I need to create experience API. Now you guys tell me how we can create experience API.
New.
I am
project.
closing all the things. Okay, the same thing. So I created this API created, BAPI is created, then you can go for the new project. Employee experience API. Okay, then HTTP, which one we need to pick it?
Yes, sir.
This is the one. Obviously, first we need to create the property file. Dev.ml. Yes. Again, we need to use HTTP. Now you guys tell me what is the port number generally using for this experience API. 8081 is the SAPI, 8082 is the BAPI, and we can give the sequence 8083. Okay, it's up to you. Generally, they are following sequence only. The next one is the base path. We are not going to change that one. So generally, we are using the same one, API / V1. That's it. Is there anything there?
Requester.
What requested this time?
BAPI requester.
Employee.
BAPI.
I think the BAPI requester. Okay, generally we are not going to give that much of length. So, okay, for the simple one I am giving. For this one, the port number. What is the port number of your BAPI?
8082.
8082.
8082.
And the next one is
Yes.
base path.
Base path is
What is the base path?
Double
Basepati
quote not
slash
required.
API slash V1. Okay. That's it. Is there anything we required? Port is there and that's it, right? Is there anything? No, right? As of now, we don't require it, and we can save this one. Now it comes here, HTTP. Listener, I am placing here. Go to the place, and here we need to the placeholder. What is this one? HTTP dot port number and this path. Okay, I'm giving this one. We can give endpoint some differently. What is this one? Generally, we are giving list employee, right?
Mhm.
And now you can give the employee here. The same thing we can place. We need to place which one? The
Logger.
logger. Okay. So what is this one?
Experience API close.
Employee experience API started
At
at
ML. No.
now. Okay. Then so again we need to use the HTTP requester. So is there anything we missed so far?
Configuration properties.
Yes, you can see the configuration properties.
Dev.yaml.
Dev.yaml. Then come here. Then here what we do, plus symbol. Then here we need to give it. Tell me. I think we missed that name. Employee base path requester. Bappy. Then come here. Plus and dot base path, right? Okay, we can copy this entire thing and we can give. Sorry, I think we missed this
We
property here, right?
missed.
Okay. Go ahead. What is this one? The port. Okay, click on OK. Then we can create here. What is the post? Okay. Is there anything we missed? Right. Okay. So what is your requirement? So you are calling, we need to call that what is the path, right? I think we missed this one also. Otherwise, what is the path?
Employee.
List employee.
List employee or what is the
Employee.
no. For the BAPI, I think we are using different one.
List employee.
Yeah, other where it is. It's okay. So generally we can, this one is also we can place inside of here and we can able to call it. But here I am calling directly. Okay, list employee. Here I'm not passing any headers, query parameter, URI parameter, everything. Then whatever data is coming. So what is your requirement? Now you can write your experience logic. So I want to convert them as a CSV, right?
Yes.
So how we can convert the CSV?
Yes. We.
Simply we can place the word CSV and here
Payload.
you can give the payload, entire payload. It is a particular one. You can observe it. My data is coming payload inside of particular object. So I don't want to add this one. I'm this one. And what is your requirement? Header equal to
False.
false. Okay, first one. For example, for this first instance, I'm using the header equal to true and the tree. Then what is your requirement? Entire data should be written inside of a one file. Then which operation here we need to perform it?
File write.
File write, I can place here. Then, so the path here for this example, I am generally giving the standard one. Otherwise, this one also we can able to get the data from your property file
Property
also.
file.
Okay, just remember. So I can give the name of the file. I'm saving inside of the D drive data I can give employee list dot CSV. Okay. So this the one I am giving it. Every time it should be overwritten. Okay. That is the one. After completion of this one, I want to give some response to my user. That is the transfer message. I'm giving the response. So how we can give the response? Generally, we need to give the response like this one. Response, and it is also is in the form of object. First one is the status. So what is the status? If it is everything is
201.
correctly, and 201, and the message. So what is the message generally we are getting?
Right.
And
Data exported.
successful.
Okay, something. Okay, let's save it. And last one, we need to place a
Logger.
logger. Don't forget this one because everything we can see the logs here. And employee experience API ends at
MVL now.
the now. Okay, we can save it. Now you guys tell me this time how many projects we need to execute it.
3 project.
Right, how we can execute it? Simply
Run.
go to the
Run.
run configuration. We need to select this one, apply and run it. Let's check it whether it is coming that data. Now you can understand the 3 levels, right? The SAPI always indicates we can expose the SPs and we can get the data. Whatever data is coming, depending on your business scenario, you can write that transformation logic inside of the BAPI. Once the BAPI is completed, whatever data is coming out of this BAPI, according to your requirement, we need to call the experience API. You can see all the projects are deployed successfully. Experience API, BAPI and SAPI. Now I am hitting it. What is my BAPI call? Anyone? 8081 is my SAPI and it is my BAPI. And I'm going to call this one, right? Experience API, HTTP, :
localhost 8083.
localhost 8083.
3.
The next one is the API
API
/v1/employee. Okay, now we can hit it. You can see my data, what the response I am getting. Status is 201, data is exported successfully. Then go and see inside of your D drive, where it is inside of the D, data is there. Then you can see this is the sales data. Sorry, employee list, right?
Hmm.
We need to open this one. You can see this is the data, right? Everything is right. You can see the total 12 records are there, 12 records are coming. Got it, guys? So
Yes.
so this the way we can able to call all levels of your APIs, BAPI and reservoir. Got it? For example, where is your BAPI and what is my requirement is there is one more new data is coming this time. What is the intention of this stored proc? It is picking the data
Install the
from the
employee.
employee. For example, there is another table is also there, right? What is this table data? And the student data is also there, right? So I want to fetch this data also. How we can do that one? Same.
Calling that.
So whenever we need to fetch the data from database, generally first what your requirement, you need to create a stored proc, and by using the stored proc, we need to create a SAPI. Got it, guys?
Yes.
So for example, this time I am picking this data also, and I want to use this data inside of my BAPI call. Okay, let's say I am creating the SAPI. Okay, how we could create a SAPI?
Inside a SAP call.
No. For the each one, we need to create a SAPI differently. So as of now, so this SAPI is responsible for this one, right? So
Yeah,
for
right.
example, generally in the real time, so we have the RAML is there. Inside of the RAML, we are using this one. For this one, the SAPI is, you can see we need to create separate endpoint. How we can create an endpoint here?
New project. Right, okay.
So this that by using HTTP listener, only here you are creating the endpoint, right?
Yes.
So here the list employee means it is list out the employee data. For example, here the list student is there, then what is its requirement? It is picking the information from the
Student.
right. Then you can see otherwise you can create one more configuration file. You can see the new. So how we can create a file? Mule configuration. So this time I'm giving the list
Student.
stude and the student. Okay. Then we can again same thing HTTP, right? So I'm not changing anything. The list student. Okay. So obviously where it is every time. So okay, I'm copy this one. Okay. I'm placing the logger. This time I'm not calling any stored proc. I'm directly calling the my database select for the simplifying. Okay. I'm using the same thing. Select star from what is the one? Students, right? Is that correct one? Student. Okay. So whatever data is coming, I'm converting into the transform message as a JSON. 1 second, guys. Payload and replacing the end logger. Okay. Okay. Now this is the SAPI call for this is the
Student.
SAPI call for the list student. First, I'm executing this one. Why it is properly executed or not?
But here we are not calling stored procedure, right? We
Right.
are
Right.
hitting the
Yeah.
database.
Yeah. Right. So different ways of creating the SAPIs I'm showing. Okay. Oh, 1 second.
You have to stop.
Yeah. For the SAPI, what is the port number? 8081. I'm showing because then the experience API, I want to get the two different SAPI call or different BAPI call, right? I am showing there. Okay. Now it is deployed. Go to here. What is the SAPI 8081 and list student, right? Now we need to get it. Student, students.
Student.
Okay, now you can see my data is coming like this one. So this is the data. Okay, oh, some number of records are there. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so whenever we are executing this app, it is automatically pick the all the students information. Now again, we need to create the BAPI for this one. Where we need to create a BAPI? Simply go to the inside of the BAPI. Here I am creating one more configuration file. So what is the one? For the RAML, there we are using different approach, but just remember, student. We can call it as a student.
Happy.
Otherwise, we can like this one. List students. Anyhow, this is the BAPI. Again, we no need to place the name here. Again, for the HTTP, again, what we need to do it HTTP. We need to change any port number. So here we need to use the BAPI call. What is the BAPI call? Previously, we are giving list student, right? Students.
Yeah.
TUDENS list students and everything. Okay, 1 second, guys. I can copy all the things. Where is that BAPI one? 1 second. All are there. Then I can copy all the components. Control C, and I am placing here. Whenever copy paste, don't just you can see. Don't forget to renaming all the things.
So to
Student
copy multiple
Babika.
components, we have to hold this control or shift.
Yeah, control.
Yeah.
Control and mouse click.
Mhm.
So this the one. So here, what is your call? List
Student.
students. Okay, whatever the data is coming, you can see this is the logic previously. So whatever the data, I'm not touching anything, and payload, and it is not coming as a proper one. So I'm arranging the SID first, name first. So I am arranging the proper order. So the payload, the map function I'm using. The map is nothing but iterative the things one by one. What is the one? SID dollar, where it is the dollar dot SID, and the name dollar dot the name, and what is the next thing is address and a branch. Yeah, please go on mute, guys. So this the one BRANCH. What is the one address, right? It seems to be very tough, but it is very easy. But it is taking time consume. Okay, so this is the way I'm converting everything. The next one is the transformation. So here I am giving the instead of the list of employee, I am giving
List of
list
student
of
data.
students data. Okay, let's save this one. The again, what we need to do? Again, we need to consume. You can see here two BAPI calls are there. Then, so I need to execute the both together. How we can do it? Run configuration, the BAPI, apply and run it. You can see every time I'm checking. First, I'm created the SAPI and I'm tested it. Then I'm created the BAPI, both I am tested. So generally, you can follow this manner. Then you can easily identify the errors. Okay. So once you create all the things, don't go for this one by one only. You can go. It's very easy to debug everything. Now, let's check it. Both are executed. What is the BAPI 8082? And instead of list of employee, here I'm hitting list students and hit it. You can see. So this is the proper way of getting the data. Then now you can give inside of your experience API. So what is your requirement is where is your experience API? Okay. Okay. So you are consuming the only one single request, right? So here what is your requirement is again we need to consuming the student information. The same thing. So how we can do that one experience API?
Put one more request.
Again one more request and you can call it. So here this the way you can consume any number of requester you want it. Okay. Hello.
How to? Yeah.
So for example, let us say here it comes with some new requirement. If the requester maybe that is two. Okay. What
What is
is the
your
end of yeah go ahead. Go ahead.
what is your requirement right now, sir?
No. What I'm my plan is, for example, that depending on the endpoint, we need to consume the different requester. I want to test that one, but here the endpoints are somewhat different, no? Okay. So let us assume one second. There is one more stored proc is there, no? So what is the intention of the stored proc?
List student data.
So if you pass the employee ID is the /10, then that data only I want to consume it, right?
Right.
Then now we can see this scenario here. Okay. So for example, I'm creating the store again. We need to create one more SAPI. Otherwise, we can change it. What is the existing one? Yeah. Where is SAPI, right? This is the entire SAPI. I can create one more flow. Okay. I'm copying it. I'm pasting it. Go to here.
We are not going with the student data now.
No, that is kept there. So for the student data in the experience API, we are unable to create the one use case. That's why I'm creating. You can see what is this entire one. Anyone?
Placeholder ID.
No. What kind of parameter here I'm passing?
URL parameter.
URL
So that
parameter.
means my intention is when we hit this URI parameter, then your data is coming from this stored proc. Okay, that means you are executing the different SAPI. If you are not passing this URI parameter, then it is automatically picking from the first SAPI call. Okay, got it. First, I'm explaining. Okay, don't worry. Here we need to pass one more argument here. What is that argument? Employee ID. And this is my input parameter. Here we need to pass that employee ID. I'm just creating the one, right? How we can get this employee ID?
URI attributes.URI
Attributes dot
URI parameters.
URI pams dot
Employee.
employee ID. Okay. So this the one I am passing it. Save the one. I'm stopping project.
Can you
First time,
change that
yeah.
name copy of?
Yeah. First I'm show you how we can get this different. Then I will explain the experience API. Just give me 5 minutes, guys. I will rename all the things. Okay. So why it is throwing an error? Anything else, right? Okay. First I'm hitting this alone, the SAPI. I think SP call is correct or not. It's failed. Anyone couldn't find the property DB employee get. 1 second.
We have to define in YAML.
1 second. That's what. Okay. I'm closing all those things. Oh. Where is it? 1 second, guys. Where is my SAPI? Okay, where is this dev.ml? 1 second. Okay, here I'm creating one more thing. That is the get -list employee employee by ID. Okay, so what is the stored proc name? Employee ID info, and I'm giving here. Okay. Then we can save this one, whatever the name is there, and I'm copying this one. Okay, this is the stored proc. Okay. Okay. 1 second, guys.
It should be a placeholder, no?
No, yes. Okay. So whatever the stored proc is coming from here, for this one, I'm passing as a one input parameter. That input parameter is coming as my URI parameter. That is the one. And I'm saving this one. Let's rerun it. Okay, it's done. Then you can go to where is your SAPI call 8081, and what is your endpoint? list employee, and after this one we need to give employee ID. I am giving as 104. Let's hit it. So it is not getting any data. That means for that employee ID, there is no information is there. And what is the one? Select star from employee, right? There is no data. And says can use employee. Select star from employee. Okay. 113 is there. I am hitting that one. Now you can see whatever the employee ID I am hitting, that particular data only getting. For example, I am not passing anything here. Then you can see what happens. It is picking the all the employee information. Okay. Got it, guys?
It is hitting the other stored procedure.
Yeah, you can see depending on, you can see you are simulating two stored proc. That means your SAPI is, you are creating two SAPI calls. If you pass the normal list of employee, it is hitting all the information. When you pass the one URI parameter according to that employee ID, it is coming. Now you can see, got it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
now just keep in mind, now you can understand here. So where it is inside of the BAPI also, I am doing the same thing. So inside of the experience API, I want to consume all the things. Okay, so if you pass the URI parameter, then we need to pick the data from the stored proc. And if you're not passing any URI parameter, then you pick the data from the other BAPI. Got it? Hello.
Yes.
So that
Got it.
logic we need to written inside of the experience API. So you guys create that one, yeah. Okay, just practice it. If you are stuck at somewhere, and tomorrow I will explain it. So I'm already created this one. Now, depending
Yeah.
on this one, you will just modify, try it. So in the real time also, we need to get the everything from the property files only. Don't go for any hard coded value. Everyone is creating the property file, from there only you need to write it. Okay. So for example, this call is failed, then how we can able to track all the failures, and if the failure occurs, so what is the response we are need to get it at the after the error handling. I will explain one more time all the examples here. Okay.
Yes, sir. I think, sir, on Friday, before on leave, I think Friday is a holiday. Last Thursday, you left us with one assignment,
Which
and
one?
you
Yeah.
will say you will that go rest, go in accessing for 3 API. So that you covered under this stored procedure, or that is a separate example.
No. Which one? I didn't recollect. Can you? Which? I mean, I'm asking you
The
to. You
last
guys are
lecture on
created one, right?
Thursday,
Yeah. Which one? Which use case?
the case we
I
have
think a
covered on
bearer
yesterday,
token, right?
last lecture.
I mean,
Yeah.
but that means we need to create the one bearer token and we need to pass it. That's the one.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are completed, or anyone is stuck there?
Not completed.
Actually, I didn't get a chance to work on it. So
Oh.
I thought you are showing here, or tomorrow maybe we can
Actually,
discuss
I
on it.
didn't recollect it. That's what. Okay. Can anyone recollect it tomorrow and just give me the brief done one? Then I can re-explain that one. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
And one more request:
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
guys from Naresh IT who is sharing the video recording, right? The
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
day
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
So can you please ask him to add the instead of giving the random name, just can he add the whatever the topic we cover? Because
Oh.
if in the going further, if you want to practice
Yes.
now, then we have to go through every video.
Yes. They are not.
Particulars.
They're not
There
going
are
the
some
proper
videos on
times.
database. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh,
so every time we have to play every video and check whether we are looking for the same content is there or not.
yeah. Okay.
So
Actually,
that could be more helpful.
okay. I will inform to those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
Actually,
sir. Yeah,
okay.
sir.
Yeah. I will
You
inform.
just pass them the at the end of every
Uh,
lecture, you just pass them the name. They
Okay,
will put it
I will
on.
talk with the guys, and at the end of the class, I place the topic name in the chat box. Maybe they can pick that one. Okay, it's I think it's a Zoom now,
Yeah,
so
sir.
the
That will be
transaction.
helpful for us.
Yeah, I will talk with those guys. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, thank you guys. So is there
Thank you.
any other doubts? Yeah, before closing the session.